I want to thank everybody who watched the last video, which was making a hammer from Adam Savage's book. He responded that he loves it, has asked for it, and so I'm going to go ahead and bring it down to him. Super exciting to know that something I made was well received and that he is interested in it. So at the end of that video, I asked what I should do with this leftover material, and there was a ton of really good ideas and comments. Screwdrivers, chisels, bookends, really cool ideas. This comment from Christopher Thompson: make a pen blank from the scrap and send him a pen made of his own words. So I picked up a pen kit for this, and the one I've got is actually called a Phoenix pen, and I picked it partially because I thought it looked cool and partially because I like the name. I think it's hilarious that we're making a pen out of something that was a failure, since failure is always an option, and making it into something usable. So we're taking a failure and it's rising from the ashes and hopefully it won't burn us. I think those are all the Phoenix metaphors I can come up with in a short period of time. I guess it likes it. No, we need that back. That's for a project! We have our pen blanks cut and drilled, and now we need to install the brass, but the brass needs to be roughed up a little with some sandpaper. See how shiny that tube is? So the resin doesn't stick to it really well. There we go. And those scratches will give the resin a little bit more to grab a hold of. I'm just going to mix up a little bit of resin. I'm using some Total Boat. It'll probably take a few hours to set, but that'll give us a good strong set and we won't have to worry about it. Just coat the brass with a little bit of resin and just push the brass in a little bit. And what you want is you want a little bit of room on either end of it so we can clean it up after the glue dries. That's what we've got. You can see the brass is pushed in there about 1/4 inch or so. And since this one's got little gaps there, I'll just brush a little resin right on top. Also nice, a little preview of what we might be getting. We are on to the last bit of prep work before we actually get to turn a pen. And this is called barrel trimming, where we square the barrel to the blank. See that bit of polished brass? That's what we were looking for. So that means that that shoulder there is perpendicular to the tube, so that when we turn this thing into round there won't be any little gaps. But now we're going to get to the fun part, which is actually turning material on the lathe. What's funny is this shop was actually financed by pen making. I have made hundreds, if not thousands of pens before YouTube and sold them all and actually financed most of the equipment in this shop. There's a reason this is only the 3rd pen I've ever turned on here. As a pen turner, I have to tell you, they can actually be a really nice side income, but as someone who values my sanity, I have a hard time recommending it to folks. I say just enjoy the hobby of it and try not to make a living out of turning pens. Money's nice, but mental health is also important. Now to the point of actually turning this pen. This is called a pen mandrel. And you just put on these bushings and then, ow! Criminy! It's not a huge deal. I've actually done it a fair amount of times, but every time I do it, it hurts like crazy. This is a sharp 60-degree point of steel, and I just jam my elbow into it. Okay, all right, so once you get the pen blank on the pen mandrel, you can bring up the tailstock. Whew. And then we won't stab ourselves anymore. Peter, is it finally time to turn a pen? Yes, now it is time. I'm going to be turning this with my Easy Wood tool. It actually has a cutter that is designed for resin, and I think it should work really well for micarta. It's got that negative rake, makes a less aggressive cut in the resin. Okay, that turns like butter. All right, how are we looking? We are into round now. It's got some interesting, it's almost like grain that you get from the pages. Someone will ask me if you can turn this with traditional tools, and the answer is absolutely, you totally can. And let me just grab a gouge. Yeah, so you can totally turn with that. It absolutely does turn just fine with that. I'm going to switch back to the carbide tool because it was easier. Yeah, because it was easier. Close, you can see there are definitely some parts here where it looks like the resin didn't permeate every single bit of the layers. Solution would probably be to give this what is called a CA finish. You're going to coat it in super glue. You fold it up, you put a dab of glue on here, you turn the lathe on, and then you wait for that glue to harden, which only takes a couple seconds. I have glued my fingers together. Luckily, I always have a bottle of acetone at my shop sink. Want to know if you have any cuts on your fingers? Just dump them into a bottle of pure acetone. That'll let you know if you've got any cuts. I could go through the micro mesh right now, but honestly, it feels really smooth. I'm not even sure I need to. Maybe I'll just put a layer of wax on it. I use this stuff. And it just adds a nice little polish to the thing. A really nice look. Honestly though, the CA, the super glue did the heavy lifting. We're basically just buffing the CA glue. You can totally see the pattern in there. And you're getting a really nice shine from my lighting. Like that. Okay, there it is. Tomorrow I'm actually going to be meeting Adam, giving him his book hammer, and I'll give him this as well. I hope he likes it. Even if he doesn't like it, I hope he's polite. You excited to meet Adam tomorrow?
Yes, and terrified.
Yes.
All at the same time.
As am I.
Uh-oh.
And we're gonna need a new pen. I no longer have the hammer, the pen, or any of the micarta. I left all of that down at Adam's shop. Got to go down to Adam's shop and meet him and give him the hammer and the pen and just talk, and it was a great time. He was super busy. He was working on his incognito costume for the Silicon Valley Comic-Con, which is, I think, today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So the fact that he took some time out of his day was amazing. Walking around his shop, it was surreal, and getting to look through the cave, it was really, really fun. So I want to thank Adam very much for being so gracious, for taking time out of his day. I also want to thank Kristen and Ryan and Gunther and everyone else who helped us down there. He actually did sign a copy of his book with the pen that we made. Peter, thanks for making an amazing hammer and pen. You're an amazing maker, Adam Savage. It was super exciting to meet Adam, have him be genuinely excited about something that I made. It felt really good. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.